Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Phil. Today I'm so excited to share with you this yummy recipe. Today we are making churros. I love churros. If you've never had churros before, I promise you, if you try this, you are really going to love it. So the recipe is super simple. Anyone can make this at home. I've listed the ingredients in the description box down below, so don't forget to check on that. So churros are actually just a sweet snack. So the dough is first cooked and then deep fried to give you such yummy snacks, and then they are coated with cinnamon sugar. You can finish them with some melted chocolate if you have. I tell you, you are really going to love this. So I'm just taking you on a step-by-step on how to get the perfect churros at home. So make sure you follow all the steps, and also you have the correct measurements of the ingredients that I've listed in the description box down below. So without saying more, let's get started. Making churros is actually a very simple and easy step with readily available ingredients. So for the first step, you're just going to make the churro batter. So in your pot, you will add 1 cup of water, half a cup of unsalted butter. You'll follow that with 2 tablespoons of sugar and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So you're just going to put that over medium heat, and then you're just going to simmer that while whisking for about 5 minutes. Next, we will add the flour. I'm using 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'll continue whisking that just to make sure that there are no lumps in our dough. So just make sure at this point that your heat is on low flame. So we're just going to cook this while turning for about 8 minutes on low flame. So our dough is ready. It should be pillowy and soft. So for the next thing, we're just going to transfer it to a bowl. So we're just going to let the dough cool. This will take about 5 minutes. Once it has cooled, we're going to add the eggs. So for this recipe, I'm going to use 4 eggs. So make sure you don't crack the eggs directly to the dough. So just crack the eggs in a separate bowl, and if you see any shells, just remove them. And as you can see, if we had cracked the eggs directly to our dough, we will have the shells in the dough, and that means you will be chewing some shells in your churros, and no one wants that. So we're just going to add the eggs one by one while mixing with our spatula. So adding the eggs gradually helps them get perfectly incorporated in the batter. So keep on adding them one by one until you have a nice smooth batter. This may take about 5 minutes. Our batter is looking smooth and ready at this point. So for our final step, we'll just add a teaspoon of vanilla essence. We'll continue mixing this for about a minute until everything is well incorporated. Next, you're going to transfer the dough into a piping bag. So here I have a silicone piping bag. I'm also going to use this turn nozzle. So this is 1E nozzle. So slowly transfer the dough in the piping bag, and then next we're just going to cook. So the next step, we're just going to cook the churros. So cooking churros is actually a very tricky step. You have to get the heat temperature right so that your churros don't burn or undercook. So to test if the cooking oil is ready to use, I normally insert a wooden stick in the hot oil, and if I see bubbles coming out, that means that the oil is ready to use. So if you have an oil thermometer, the better. You can just use it to measure your oil temperature. So the perfect temperature will be at 125 degrees Celsius or 257 degrees Fahrenheit. So just make sure you have the correct temperature for perfectly cooked churros. So next, you'll carefully pipe the dough into the hot oil, and then you're just going to cook this while turning for about 4 to 6 minutes. This is just to make sure that they are evenly cooked on all sides, and once they are nicely browned, you'll just remove them from the hot oil and you'll place them over a kitchen towel to release out more excess oil as we go to our next step. Our churros are ready at this point. They have cooked perfectly. They have a very crispier texture on the outside, and they are very soft and pillowy on the inside. So for our next step, we're just going to coat them with some cinnamon sugar. So for the cinnamon sugar, you will need half a cup of caster sugar with a tablespoon of cinnamon powder. So just going ahead to mix that well. Once you're done, you'll just toss the churros in the cinnamon sugar. So make sure all the sides are coated in that sugar. Once you're done, they are ready to serve. So I always serve the churros with some melted chocolate. This is actually optional, but for a sweet treat, just use some dark chocolate. So I've just melted half a cup of dark chocolate, and then I'm just going ahead to serve that with my churros, and I'm telling you, it is so yummy. So go ahead, try it as well. Enjoy it with your family, with your friends, and I hope everyone enjoys every bite of this as much as I did. So making today, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're going to try yourself this yummy churros. As you can see, the recipe is super simple, so easy. You can also make it at home, and if you've never had churros before, I promise you are really going to love this. So anyway, guys, go ahead, try it, and if you try it, let me know how yours came out in the comment section down below. Also, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe for more of my amazing recipes. You can connect with me on Instagram or on TikTok at feels_kitchen. So till my next video, bye guys.